Okay, this is the instructional video for changing your signature in Microsoft Outlook if you are using a Windows machine. If you're using a Macintosh, there's a separate video that's going to be forthcoming. Attached to the email that you received from me, you should see a file called signature.doc. It's a Word document. So your first step is going to be to double click and open up that Word document. Now that Microsoft Word is opened, you can see the signature template that you've been sent. It's Joe Leonard's signature. Some of you may get an error message that's going to go across the top here that's going to say you're in protected view. If that's the case, there'll be a button here in the right hand corner that says enable editing. You want to click enable editing, and that's mentioned in the document that accompanied this email. So what I want to do is use this template and change it to reflect the information for me. So the first thing I'll do is I'll highlight Joe's name. Oops. And I don't need to delete it. I'm just going to start typing after I've highlighted it, and that changes it to my name, but it keeps the formatting in place. I'll then go and change the title. Again, keeps the title, changes the title rather, but keeps the formatting in place. Everyone's going to have the same signature down here, pretty much for the most part. The exception is we'll change our phone extension. So Joe's phone extension is 249. I'm going to change that to 287, which is my number, and then I'll also change the email address, again to reflect my information. Now that I've made the appropriate changes, I'm ready to copy the signature and bring it into Microsoft Outlook. So I'll use my mouse and I'll highlight the signature, and then I'm going to copy it. Now there's a number of ways to copy text in Microsoft Windows. You can Control-C on your keyboard. You can right-click over it and choose copy. The simplest way is probably just to go up to the upper left-hand corner here and click copy. But none of those methods is any really better or worse. It's a matter of what you're most comfortable with. So I've copied it. Now I'm going to go back over to Microsoft Outlook, and within Microsoft Outlook I want to go to the upper left hand corner and find this orange tab which says File. And I'll click on File, and then on File, when I click File, I'll get a number of choices here on the left hand side, and I want to select Options. Once I've selected Options, it brings up the Outlook Options menu, and from this left-hand set of choices, I want to choose Mail, and then once I've chosen Mail, I'll get a number of options pertaining to how I format my email messages. I want to choose the third one from the top, which is Create or Modify Signatures for Messages, and so to effect that, I'm going to come over here and choose Signatures. Alright, once I've selected signatures, what I'm going to see is a number of things. The first, up here in the upper left hand corner, is a list of all the signatures that I already have. You can have more than one. Some organizations, like the idea of having different signatures for different purposes. That's not what we want to do, but that's why that option exists. If I have existing signatures, since we don't need them any longer, the best thing to do is just highlight them and choose Delete. And it'll give you the standard, are you sure you want to do that message? I'll say yes. And now I'm going to create a new signature for my new Wayland signature. So I'll click New. It's going to prompt me for a name. I'll call this Cleary Signature. Once I've done that, you'll see that it creates Cleary Signature up here. And while I've selected Cleary Signature up here, I can modify what that signature looks like in this box at the bottom. Now I don't need to make any modifications because I'm just going to copy and paste over what I did in Microsoft Word. So from here I'm just going to put my cursor in this text field, right click. When I right click, I don't just get paste, I get a number of different ways to paste. I want to select the second one from the left, and you'll see it says keep source formatting, which means it's going to have the same formatting that we were just working with in Word. So I'll choose that option, and then you'll see it looks a little bit smaller, but otherwise the formatting is basically right on. After that, I'll click on Save, and that will save the contents of the signature. The final thing that I want to do is come over here and make sure that I've assigned the signatures to the different types of messages that I might create. So for new messages, you'll see it's there. I want to also have the same signature for replies and forwards. Again, some organizations like you to have different ones for different purposes. We want to just use the same one. So you'll go to New Messages, click on this drop-down menu, choose your signature, replies and forward, click on the drop-down menu, choose your signature, and it'll be identical in both places. After that, you'll just click OK. From here, Outlook Options, click OK again. And now let's test it out. I'll click on New Email. And when I create a new email, there's my signature. And if I wanted to reply to an email, let's say I want to reply to this email from Amy Bimbenek, my signature is there as well. So I've successfully applied my new signature. If you have any questions, please let me know. Shoot me an email or give me a call. What I would like everyone to do is to please email me once you've created your signature, just to make sure that it works. Just send me a quick email saying, here's my signature, and then we'll know that you're all set. So if, again, questions, let me know. Otherwise, please send me an email once you've got this process completed.